channel. Today I am doing my first Halloween tutorial and I'm doing a Woodland Fairy type tutorial, just something a little bit more fun. I've got these awesome like crafty leaves that are sort of see-through that I got from Lincraft. I got these ages ago. Actually, I think it might have even been the last Halloween. I never got around to using them. So I kind of have pulled out a whole heap of makeup here, really focused on bronzes, golds, those sort of tones. So yeah, let's just get straight into the tutorial. If you enjoyed this, then give it a thumbs up at the end, leave some comments down below, and I will do this as a voiceover, and I'll leave all the products that I've used today in the description box down below, just so this video is not, 30 minutes long.
So I'm going to go in with our primers first, and I'm using the Australis bronzing primer mixed in with the L'Oreal Lumi Magique primer, just to give that really glowy base underneath our foundation. Just priming our eyes now with the NYX eyeshadow base in Skintone, just so none of our eyeshadows crease. So I'm going to put down a coloured base as well, so I'm using the NYX jumbo pencils in Cashmere and Yoghurt. So I'm using Yoghurt all over the lid, just up to sort of the crease area, and then I'm going to go in with Cashmere on the lower lash line, and then just sort of wing it out at the bottom. Just that's the way I'm going to do my eyeshadow, and just mixing it in or melting it into the skin with my fingers. Just tight lining the top waterline at the moment with the Eye of Horus Smoky Black Goddess pencil. Now I'm using some Too Faced eyeshadows. They were part of a limited edition palette, so I don't know what the names or anything is, but I basically just went in with a matte cream eyeshadow just to set down the base, and I'm using a light matte brown just on the lower lash line to start to create the shape that I want the eyeshadow to go in. So just winging it out and then sort of taking it through that top sort of crease area with a fluffy brush. I used a pencil brush on that lower lash line, and then just basically going to start off with a lighter, that light matte brown, and then going in with a medium satin brown eyeshadow just to intensify the shades and give some dimension, just running that through sort of the interior part of the crease, and especially on that outer corner. And now I'm just going in with sort of a medium matte brown and back on that pencil brush, and I'm working that right through into that inner corner, and just blend out as you go. So I'm going to pick up this shimmery coppery shade, and I'm actually going to use my finger because it picks up even more product, and just patting that pretty much all over the lid, and then I'll just give it a quick blend out with that blending brush that we used earlier. And now I'm just going in with a more intense gold coloured shade just in the very middle part of that sort of coppery shade eyeshadow. Using my finger again. This has got quite a bit of intense glitter pigment in it, so be really careful, otherwise it'll end up all over my face. We don't want that just yet anyway. So just blend that out, make sure everything's blended and there's no harsh lines. And just going in to line my waterline now, I'm using a Maybelline Colour Show eye pencil. It doesn't have a colour on it, but it's sort of a champagne toned one. Just want to open my eyes up. And I'm just going to go back in with that Cashmere NYX Jumbo pencil on the inner corner, and I'm popping the Nightlife Makeup Geek Pigment over the top just to make it really intense. Now for my brows, I'm not using a brow pencil as such. I'm actually going to use the Eye of Horus, what is this, Amulet, Bronze Amulet pencil, and it's sort of a bronzy sort of shade, so I didn't want to go with something that was matte. I wanted it to have a little bit of shimmer when you're looking from side to side, but I decided that wasn't enough, so I went in with some copper and gold shadow and just ran that through my brow. And then I'm just going to set my brow with the Maybelline Brow Drama in medium brown. I didn't really go in pretty intensely with this, I just did a very light sort of brush over the brows. And just throwing on some mascara now. I'm using the Chi Chi 3D mascara, just putting a really light layer of that on my top and bottom lashes because I'm going to put some falsies on. Of course, it's Halloween. Rightio, just going to throw some foundation on, and I used my NARS Sheer Glow in Punjab, and I also mixed some more of that L'Oreal Lumi Magique in because we want some glow on this face, because what kind of fairy doesn't glow? I'm just popping some highlighter on. So I'm using the L'Oreal Lumi Magique concealer. This is in the light shade, and I'm putting that everywhere because I want to have some intense lightness to my face, I guess, and just also going in under the eyes and around the nose with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Natural, just to cover a little bit of redness and those dark circles. Right, let's start highlighting. Going in with a cream colour first. I'm using the Champagne sort of coloured tone from the Sleek Highlighting palette. This is the Solstice palette, and just popping that tops of the cheekbones, Cupid's bow, down the nose, middle of the forehead, above the forehead, on the chin, you know, everywhere. We want to look like a glowy fairy. And then I am going to put, oh yes, I'm going to do some cream bronzing as well. So I'm using the NARS Laguna bronzer. I decided not to go with the matte one because I wanted this to be glowy, of course. Just blending that in with a foundation brush. And I'm actually going to set everything on my face today with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, and I'm using dim light out of the palette just to really intensify all that glow on the face. I didn't want a matte powder all over the face, so just brushing that all over the face, set those cream areas down really good. And I'm using the e.l.f. bronzing palette today to bronze up sort of the exterior part of my face and just sort of down the nose. Using these sort of shimmery bronzers in the palette, so not the matte ones, and just whacking that all over my face as well. Right, let's get some of this intense glow. So I'm using this champagne coloured highlighter from that Solstice palette, and using the, not the cream shade, what do you call it? The shadow shade. What do you call that? I've got a mind blank. Anyway, you can see where I'm putting it. I'm putting it everywhere. I want to glow like you can see me from outer space. Glow. Just going in with sort of a muted pink blush. This is the Models Prefer Mineral Blush in Autumn Calling. So putting that everywhere as well. Hey, I'm just putting everything everywhere. So I'm just going to blend out those eyeshadows, make sure there was no harsh lines. And, you know, I'm just layering up. So putting on some of the Australis Metallics eyeshadow. This is in Guns N' Rose Petals and Bronzance. And I'm really just focusing that sort of around the tops of the cheekbones and the brow bone, because that's where I'm going to be putting the leaves. I also thought I'd pop some of that Colourpop tie-dye Super Shock shadow in Summer Lovin' on my eyes, on my face, everywhere. And now I'm going to create a sort of nice line, liquid line, with a bit of a inner corner point, and then going to go out and create some curlicues and some vines and sort of bit of in spots and stuff on that outer corner as well. So the liquid liner I'm using is the Revlon Super Skinny Liquid Liner, and this is an Amber Rush, so it's a nice sort of bronzy brown colour. I thought black would be too intense. I wanted it to just be glowy and bronzy. Right, let's wax some glitter on our face as well. So this is a face and body glitter, so it's fine to be put on the face. I wouldn't put it like right up next to your eyes or anything like that. So I'm just gonna pop that on tops of my lids, just so that when you move you've got that glittery look, and tops of the cheekbones. So for lips, I just lined them with the Maybelline pink lip liner, and then I'm using two Colourpop Ultra Satin lips. So the first one I'm going in with is Frickin' Frack, which is sort of like a brown colour. I kind of think it's more like a tree trunk colour, so I thought it would be perfect for this, but it sort of pulled a bit too red, so I wanted to lighten it up a bit with the colour Little Stitches. So I just sort of added that, dabbed it on with my fingers. Then I put on some of that glitter that I put on my face, but it didn't show up as much as I wanted it to. I wanted to have some highlighted lips. So which palette did I go for? The Sleek Solstice palette, of course, with that highlight, intense highlight. And I didn't want it to be perfect, I just wanted it to look, you know, glowy and dewy. Just throwing on some lashes now. I am using the Model Rock false lashes in the brow, what is it? It's 376W, and I'm using the Model Rock Lash adhesive. This is the latex free one. So just popping those on, and then I'm also going to pop on some little face jewels in a golden colour. So just popping on that same lash glue, just dotting out where I want to pop those lashes, and then those jewels, and just using a jewel picker. Best investment ever if you're putting jewels on your face, makes it so much easier. And just popping them in random spots around those little curlicues, and then I decided to put some on the inner corners as well, just to, you know, it's Halloween. There's no such thing as, you know, being in the background. You want to be in the foreground. So now I'm just adding some of these leaves. So these leaves were just singular, so I just sort of placed 3 together, glued them together with the lash glue, and I put one sort of slot above one set of my eyebrows, and then on the other side I just put 2 rather than 3, and just, you know, fixing my hair, making sure they got caught so badly in my hair. It's not funny, but hey, they looked awesome. So then I thought I'd put some down on my décolletage. So yep, I needed to bronze that up with some bronzer and use some of that Colourpop Super Shock shadow, and then just bronze that neck up with a bit of highlighter and bronzer, and then just popped a couple of them sort of down on my neck area and décolletage collarbone area. So here and there. Now those ones on the side, they were pain in the bum, so maybe I would suggest, if you're going to do this kind of costume, put it down a little bit lower, and then just going back in with that body glitter, and I'm just popping that sort of around where I put the glue, just to hide the glue and just to add a little bit more glitter to the look. What's Halloween without some glitter, hey? And then I just went in with some of those coppery and gold coloured shadows and popped them in some little vines down my eyes.
So I hope you like the final look that I came up with. I think it's really effective, and you're basically just using products that you've got in your own arsenal. So like goldy coloured and bronzy coloured eyeshadows, and I basically just let your creativity take over. I didn't really come in here with any idea of exactly what I wanted to do. I had a few little bits and pieces I knew I wanted to do, but I just wanted to make this really glowy, bronzy kind of eye makeup and face look, and then the rest just sort of takes over. So you could definitely amp it up even more by adding more of these leaves like down your arms and stuff like that, but I just wanted to do just a little bit of fun today. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and please stay tuned for some more. I'm going to have a lot more fun coming on the channel in this next month for Halloween. Lets me show my creative side. So thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't